where their opponent is going to be. They can assume that their opponents are going to be in Africa and
Hmm.
in Asia.
Yeah. I mean, as you mentioned before, if they got their first four, they'd have a bunch of safe bonuses, and they do, except
Every
maybe
it's
Antarctica, because no one would expect South Africa.
Yeah, so their first three of their picks are completely safe in this game. But on the other hand, Chancellor's picks are completely safe, but Foxface's pick are not safe at all.
And not efficient.
And not only are they not safe, but they're not efficient. So this is going to be, I could see Foxface getting completely thrown out of the game pretty by like turn 6. I could see that happening because of the double pressure going on from Dunga and Reza, and Chancellor probably not going to be able to get there in time to save him. Her.
Hmm. And we do see him decide to focus in North Africa. it's, it's just such a strange starting situation.
Um, uh, I think if they were to assume that their opponent was in Antarctica, it would be smarter to focus on the North Africa. So I don't honestly disagree with the focus on North Africa, assuming that you got that pick.
Yeah.
So in this case, it's not the worst idea in the world to focus on North Africa. And the way that North Africa works, he actually attacks. He attacks it pretty well because now he's going to be able to only put in 4 armies into North Africa and still guarantee it.
But then on turn two, when he does put those guys there, he hits Namibia.
Ooh, so he, she, or he or she, we're just gonna go with she. Um, obviously didn't assume that Reza was in Antarctica. Reza, uh, deciding to do Antarctica expansion because he assumes it's safe, but
Hmm.
because Foxface moved out of that territory, now Reza has the advantage in that area.
Oh yeah. And we do see, yeah, he hits both with fours. As ooh, we do see over here Dunga getting denied West Russia, barely in Murmansk.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not really going to hurt him too bad
Yeah.
because he's be able to get West Russia and quickly get Central America, so not the worst position for Duncan.
And I don't know why Chancellor did that. Chancellor decided to finish off
Wait
Southeast
a minute.
Asia instead of East
Wait.
China.
Foxface did not finish North Africa.
Oh, he didn't?
She did not.
Oh,
She
what?
forgot.
Oh, that is critical. That
Oh
that
yeah.
that is not going to help them at all.
My prediction was that Foxface gets eliminated by turn 6, turn to turn 5 now.
Okay, we do see. Well, I don't think that's even possible to be eliminated, but
Um,
definitely not going to be in a good position.
well, yeah. It the whole point is that she's not going to be in any good position by turn 5. Like
Yeah.
this is going to be like Foxface is obviously going to be destroyed by Reza.
Yeah, one small thing that we didn't really notice is that Chancellor, instead of going for East China in 2 turns, decides to go for Southeast Asia in 2 turns by hitting Thailand from Hong Kong. That.
It's it's fine. Um, uh,
Mm,
I would have gone for East China in 2 turns because it's a 4 bonus, but 3 bonus is a little bit safer because you know for sure that you're going to get it. I mean, because you're assuming the 3 bonus, you're going to be able to hit with all fours. With
well, he did hit one with three.
with East China, you would have to hit, I think, 2 with 3s, maybe 3 with 3s, so it would be much harder to.
Not if you do it. Depends on how you do it. If you do it the same way that Foxface was expanding from Algeria, then you would be able to hit it with fours.
Hmm. Got to get that North African bonus.
Uh, that's interesting.
I, it,
Just forgetfulness. I mean, I've done that every now and then.
I,
Not in a
I,
while though.
I've done that. It, I don't. typically do it in tournaments, but I remember that I did have like a few uh, random 1v1 games where I've forgotten to finish a bonus. Foxface able to keep Reza from threatening South Africa.
Yeah.
But Reza able to get his second bonus puts him ahead of Foxface.
And then it seems Chancellor's going to start expanding into Indonesia, which is fine. That's really the safest place for him to expand to at this point.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was ending up visitor. By the way, thanks for not whistling.
I don't even remember you whistling.
I did. I did like one of the descending whistles when I saw a
Oh.
really bad move before.
uh, This turn we do see that.
I'm partly hungover right now, so
Oh yeah, yeah. He's hungover, so give him a little leeway, I guess. Okay. We do see that Reza doesn't get a card this turn because he fails the attack on South Africa.
but it doesn't really matter at this point because he's at such an advantage over Foxface that he doesn't really need a reinforcements card coming into this.
Yep, he's at a 3 reinforcement advantage, and they already had an army advantage in that situation.
And he had that 3 income advantage for 2 turns, so he had 6 army advantage. And then with Foxface using a reinforcement, would still be a deficit of 1. And it looks like Foxface giving up South Africa. Smartest move at this point.
Yeah.
Dunga finally reaching his opponent in Asia. I think Chancellor should have been hitting Central America a lot sooner than this. I don't even think he ever does decide to hit Japan or Hawaii in this game so far.
Yeah, and it's like he goes into Iraq instead of. I think it would have been better for him to go up to Georgia and threaten West Russia.
Mm-hmm. And also interesting enough, Foxface decides to blockade in Nambia.
Okay, that seems completely useless.
It is because I don't think Reza would be planning to take the entire territory, and it's also wasting too many guys doing the blockade. You should generally, when you're in this early in the game, it's pretty bad to waste any more than 6 armies on a block.
Yeah. Usually, even like 2 to 3 or 4 maybe is plenty.
Oh
You're not
yeah.
going to have huge stacks, especially only on turn 5.
Now later in the game,
You might need
would
6 or 7 or something, yeah.
yeah would 9 be optimal? Probably at like turn 20, but
Yeah, if the map is split in half and you're
mhm.
blockading like Hawaii or something, some big choke.
Yeah, yeah. So not really much because what he could have done is he could have like waited and taken like a more northern territory, and that might have been able to slow Reza down a little bit more.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't. I guess it's like I guess he should have moved a little bit of his armies away at least. You know, taken a 4 out of there and moved up, and then blockaded, and that would have been okay. But yeah, Reza obviously uh, going for West Africa decides to go up East Africa because he learned from our game to get that 2
Hmm.
border.
Yeah, and we do see at the same time that Dunga going through Hawaii is going through Japan, so now he's going to threaten both of, or 2 of, well, no, he's threatening all 3 of his bonuses
Yep,
now from different locations.
yep. Dunga, amazing player, obviously knows exactly what to do. Is going to uh, He's probably going to be able to break both Indonesia and East China next turn. He decides to try to break Southeast Asia, hoping his opponent would be a little bit lax and deciding to defend more into Indonesia.
Hmm.
Right there. Dunga going for Japan. I think he should have gone for Indonesia, but then again, I'm seeing the game from this
Yeah, at
perspective.
that point, he did. He saw that Solomon Islands was still neutral, so it's possible he may have not assumed that. Although he should have, though, because seeing the number of reinforcements he's been laying down.
Hmm. I think it would have been a little bit better to hit Indonesia.
Yeah. He does end up managing from Japan on turn 7 to take Shanghai.
Yeah. Oh,
18 attacking 11.
I'm actually surprised he was able to do that. How much? He had 11? Okay, never
Yeah.
mind. That's that's a pretty good chance to take
Yeah,
it.
what were the... Okay, I was wondering what those
He
three
sh
in Jiangxi were doing, but they were transferred down from Beijing, so he couldn't use them.
Oh yeah. Was so he put more he put more into Solomon Islands and decided to close off Hawaii, but he should put a little bit more in East China.
Hmm.
Or I I'm not gonna criticize because he's bordered three-way, and it's very hard to decide what to do there. You really have to analyze Dunga's games to know what he's gonna do when he has the opportunity of breaking three bonuses.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to decide exactly what's the best move here. So I'm not going to criticize too harshly on that. Reza deciding to keep on forcing Foxface to deploy in Congo. Foxface not able to get a card. And this is really going to hurt coming up here because we're going to see the second reinforcement coming soon.
Oh, yes. And then from Shanghai, Dunga correctly moving into Hong Kong
Mm.
and Taiwan, letting him get another perspective on those two bonuses.
So now he's not only has he had this opportunity to break three bonuses, but he's definitely going to break Southeast Asia now. And he might even be able to break Indonesia if his opponent decides to go too far into Southeast Asia.
Yeah. And once again, Foxface doesn't get a card, so they're just getting even farther behind now, and that's going to give them like a full turn advantage in terms of cards for the next card piece, which should be getting the next turn. And Reza in the background working on Europe, he's going to be able to finish it this turn if his threes work. And yeah, they do.
Hmm.
Oh, huh? Oh yeah, okay. His six against the four in Spain failed, so he wasn't quite able to get all of Europe. But still, they're in a fantastic position because Dunga broke both Southeast Asia and Indonesia.
Also, Foxface knows that Reza is coming from Europe now.
Hmm. Yeah, there's not a whole lot really he can do about it with a big stack down south. But
Yeah, but
Chancellor, as a consolation, breaks Baja, but breaking a three bonus and losing seven total is not.
wait, well, he loses all of his
Yeah,
bonuses.
well, he lost East China two turns before that. So.
Yeah, so he's lost all of his bonuses now.
Oh
At
yeah.
this point, I would call it game at this point.
Hmm.
I would actually call it game at the picks, but definitely uh, at this point the game is progressing at a rate that neither Foxface and Chancellor can really do much about it. Oh, we see that the gift in Central America is going to allow Reza to have and to allow that double pressure against Chancellor.
Hmm.
Always, always a great move. Either blockade or gift when you're in a position that you have to give up a bonus.
And for like the third turn in a row, Fox faced without a card. So
And as we can see, Reza about to get that two border.
and that's what he does first move. After and then also he finished off Spain earlier, so now they're securely in the lead in terms of reinforcements. They've got 8 reinforcement advantage. So that's not going to be very easy to overcome, and they're not really in a position to take another bonus at this point.
Yeah, that is definitely game. I'm surprised that Reza actually did not move into Africa at all.
You mean Dunga?
No, Reza in West Africa. Reza did not move at all last turn.
Okay, yeah, last turn.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Um, Dunga just completely dissolving Chancellor here.
And then him unable to get Central America, I guess, just made it so that he gave up.
Yeah, because at this point he's in a position to where he can be eliminated in 2 turns. Not too great.
Yeah, he's got those guys coming up through Hawaii. He lost all of Indonesia. He's about to lose all of Southeast Asia and East China.
But yeah, Foxface and Chancellor, I can see that both of you are very, very interested in 2v2, and it would be really good if you could sit down with Dunga, Reza, or anybody else in this tournament that was able to progress into the second round. Because at this point, I think most of the people are going to be overlapping, and they can sit there and teach you picks. I also host classes with JSA for the noob school that I forget who made it. I think it was Ska that made it. I do host 2v2 lessons, so I'd be willing to do that, and it's completely free.
Okay, so with this game concluded, congratulations to Reza and Dunga for advancing to the finals. Well, let's take a look at the bracket now. You see that they're in the finals now. And how's the...
And yet again, C and H is still stalemated.
At turn 13, still doing the turn.
What is taking you guys?
Let us know.
They say... they're saying that they take... Alright, they're saying that their opponents are taking 15 minutes per turn. Which, well, I'm not gonna force you guys to play faster, but I'd really hope if you guys could speed it up to 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, most of the other people in this entire tournament are taking 5 to 10 minutes mid-game. I think about 10 to 15 minutes is enough to figure out what your picks will be, and then 5 to 10 minutes for each turn would be pretty good. 15 minutes per turn is really slowing down the tournament, and especially if they win, you know, we're gonna see more of that delay coming, and that's gonna...
Yeah, because the top half of the bracket is all the way at the finals now. Bottom half of the bracket, they're still waiting on game 3.
I wasn't able to make this a real-time tournament, so
unfortunately.
I'm going to look within the 1v1 tournament still going on. We have the finals going on in the 1v1 tournament. Just some highlights. Fizzer able to beat Reza in the second round, Fizzer moving on, and then Schwenigan able to beat Yoshi, and then Schwenigan able to beat Fizzer. We might look at that game. JSA was eliminated by Phantasmagoria, who was able to beat Dunga, so Phantasmagoria was able to beat Dunga and JSA in a row, which is pretty impressive. He is a very impressive player, able last tournament to beat Nico, Schwenigan, and Timinator all in a row, which was really impressive. But this game, he ends up defeated by Nico, who last tournament he was able to beat. So you just never know what's going to happen. And Schwenigan and Nico moving on to the final round, which is going to be a very interesting game. Um, we can quickly glance over Schwinigan and Fizzer, and then Phantasmagoria and Nico, which would be fine by me.
Yeah.
Pick. JSA says, don't mention me in Fans games. It's embarrassing. We're not going to be looking at any of the second round games, so we're going to move straight to third round at this point. Congrats to Dunga and Reza making championship for this game. That's going to be a very interesting game with whoever is able to move on to championships from the bottom bracket. And I'm still not sure because Blue and F1 really great. Phantasmagoria, a really good player. I don't know anything about this guy, Tetragrammaton.
Yeah, neither do I.
But knowing Phantasmagoria, surprising this last tournament, I would not be, really out of a limb if he was able to move all the way to championship.
Yeah. So, out of Shivinigan versus Fizzer and Nico versus Phantasmagoria, which one would you rather go over?
Ooh, that's a toughie. Because on one hand we have the past champion being beaten, and on the other we have Schwinigan versus Fizzer, which is definitely going to be a really good game. I think I kind of want to look into Nico a little bit more because we have not really looked into Nico that much throughout our live stream.
Yeah.
And he's definitely a very impressive player.
Okay, then we have the Nico versus Phantasmagoria semifinals from the 1v1. Let's just get right into it. This is the 1v1, so we've got 7 wastelands, 3 starting locations, things like that.
Yeah, much different than 2v2. So if you've been tuning into 2v2, completely different in both strategy and rules. So
Yep. So let's take a look
looking at their picks.
Phantasmagoria first in Ufa, second in Kazakh, third in Sweden. So he wants to focus more on northern Eurasia. He's got some. Those are some safe picks though, sort of if he can get them.
I think it was. I think these picks are a little bit strange because he had to triple pick in Eurasia in order to make sure that that was all safe. I think in the end, triple picking is not the best idea in the world.
Then his alternates in Thailand, Jingxi, Malaysia are also really close together, which I'm not too sure about. I would have preferred spreading them out more.
So I think right here we have Phantasma picking 2 triple picks, which is, I think, not that great in 1v1 to pick 2 triple picks. Usually you want to pick 1 triple pick if you're going to even pick a triple pick, and then the second being either a double pick or all safe. So, very strange picks coming from Phantasma. I can see it going either way for him because if he's not able to get one of his 3 in Eurasia, then he's not safe for that bonus.
Yeah.
And moving on to Nico.
Yep, Nico focusing in Scott and then Colombia, and third in Jingxi. Personally, I like this better. What about you?
Yeah. We have a quadruple pick.
Very interesting.
I've never seen a quadruple pick. I really have not seen a quadruple pick yet in any of my 1v1 games, and now this tournament, I've actually never seen a quadruple pick. Well, I agree with the first 2 picks. Definitely good picks. But that quadruple pick, obviously he's not obviously he's going to get his first 3 picks, and Phantasma is going to get his first 3 picks. So I see that the second triple pick for Phantasma is not going to really do anything, and the complete quad pick is not really going to do much.
Yeah.
I think both players are kind of thinking the focus would be in Asia, and that's why they devoted so much of their time putting picks over there. Huh. Really, I think it's because the oddness of this map that both players have decided such strange strategies.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Hmm.
So let's move on to see what goes on.
Yeah, and as expected, they
Phantasma,
get their first three each.
Phantasma, obviously going to go for the expansion in Caucasus, and Nico, huh,
Focusing in East China.
huh. Why not focus in South America?
Yeah, I probably would have done South America as well because he sees that there's no one in Panama, and he has Antarctica, and there's a wasteland in West Africa, so that's more of a safe area to start at.
Huh, that's weird. I don't know if I really agree with the strategy coming from Nico. I think Nico is trying to see if anybody's in Asia at all. Huh. It's very strange because typically you would want to go for your safe 4 bonus before your uneasy 4 bonus.
Yeah. And he decides to go to Hong Kong, so it seems more of a probing instead of anything
Oh,
else.
I see what he's doing. He was assuming that his opponent would be in Southeast Asia, and he's going to quickly close that off. All
Yeah.
right, all right, I can kind of see what he was doing there now. It's a little bit better than what I originally thought. And it looks like next turn Phantasma able to gank Coxus without much trouble, deciding that his second bonus is going to be in Scandinavia, which is safe.
And then Nico trying to get Antarctica that turn, but failing in Novo. He's
Dang,
behind now.
he's behind by 5. This is very interesting because we saw that he won, and yet we're seeing such behind in the beginning. Um, and Nico deciding to go for both East China and Antarctica gets both.
Yeah, and Phantasmagoria is knocked out of. It's prevented from getting Finland as well, so that.
I see that. Also, Nico, interestingly enough, it goes more towards Taiwan to poke around on Indonesia. So we're
hmm
seeing more of a probing strategy coming from Nico. And Phantasma, realizing that his opponent must be somewhere in Asia, is starting to move towards it.
Oh yeah.
And that would have prevented Southeast Asia being taken that turn had Nico had Southeast Asia and was devoting his time to go into
hmm
there. So, good move by him. So Phantasma, realizing that his opponent can't be in Southeast Asia, is deciding to go more towards East China.
I think. Yeah, yeah. Now he sees him in Myanmar, so. Hmm.
But Nico, realizing exactly where his opponent must be now, is going to realize the triple pick from here, or should assume the triple pick from here, because we see nothing in East Africa and nothing in South Africa. So his opponent must have done a triple pick. That
hmm
he needs to assume that by now.
Yeah, and correctly assuming that he goes up into Tibet so that he can try to get into Xinjiang, but he does see that Phantasmagoria is already there.
hmm And Nico deciding to do this move because he realizes his opponent has that bonus, and Coxus is going to try to counter that bonus as quickly as possible. And Tasma doing the wrong assumption that his opponent would move any more into Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
So
He did end up finishing off West Russia though, so now he has a another advantage in reinforcements of 5.
yeah, but we're going to see that Nico is going to finish off that South American bonus this turn.
hmm
So that's going
Evening
to
that out, yeah.
basically, ooh, that because there's no uh, real way to say attack neutral only. He collides into Nico. at the end of the last turn.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's gonna put Phantasma at a army disadvantage, and Nico just hitting Tibet because he knows he has the army advantage. So that's good. So all in all, Nico is playing the better game here because twice Phantasma has assumed incorrectly.
Yeah.
Order priority card coming in here to make sure he gets Myanmar. Oh man, that's a great move. Because now he stops getting threatened in East China. He knows his opponent won't be moving anymore with. Oh wait, his opponent does use an order delay card, which allows him to move freely.
Oh, yeah. And that last move into Tibet was critical because Nico tried to blockade it.
Yeah. Ooh, that really great plays from both opponents here because it, that Myanmar attack could have closed it. Had Nico gotten exactly what he wanted, uh, East China would be safe for another 2 turns.
Hmm.
So great play by Phantasma, able to get back some of that positioning advantage. I'm curious to see what Nico decides to do. Obviously, he's going to finish off Central America, finally gaining him the advantage and income.
And putting everything in Tibet, that giving Phantasmagoria a big enough stack to be able to hit into Hong Kong.
Yeah, to be expected. Nico probably should realize that East China was going to be gone.
Hmm. And he
Uh,
goes up into Tibet.
and they're basically training positioning advantage here. Nico realizing that, hey, East China is just going to be too hard to maintain, lets Phantasma have it and decides that, hey, I'm going to lose this 4, but I'm going to gain position on his 5, which is
Hmm.
great idea from Nico. Fizzer, uh, attack neutral or attack enemy only would be a very interesting setting. I agree. I agree completely
Oh yeah.
because that would completely change this game, I think. I
Hmm.
mean, most people probably would not be able to see it, but I think it would be very interesting to see it introduced into a strategic setting. Probably not the latter yet, but definitely play with that.
Yeah, just the option. It's like, right now you've got the option to allow or disallow transfer only, attack only. Given the option to attack neutral only or attack enemy only as well would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyways, as we can see, all that positioning advantage is working off for Nico, able to threaten that 5 bonus.
Oh
Both
yeah.
players having that reinforcement card for the second time.
And trying to put as much as they can at that front Tibet Zhejiang, but
But
there was just
as we
no
see
way
in
he would get
Nico,
enough. Yeah.
Phantasma, but not that great of an idea to. He needs to assume his opponent is going to go fully into that border because this is this is basically the game right here because Nico has to stop Cox's
Yeah.
by any means necessary. But as we see, Phantasma able to finish off Southeast Asia,
Hmm.
incorrectly assuming that his opponent is in Indonesia because all of his armies end up going into
Yeah.
Thailand. That's gonna slow down things for Phantasma. But Nico going to be able to break um, into Cacoxis. And we'll see if he's able to defend from Phantasma taking East China. Not able to. Oh, he is. He is. He breaks both.
Hmm.
Oh man.
Very good moves.
This turn is amazing. Um, a complete split, which sometimes would be a terrible idea, has turned into the best move set for this situation. Nico just able to stop everything, and Phantasma correctly surrendering. Next turn he'll end up surrendering. That move is so monumental.
Oh yeah.
Because now, even if Phantasma wanted to, he's not going to be able to do anything about getting Southeast Asia back, and then um, he's not going to be able to get East China back, and he's not able to stop Nico from moving any further. Wow,
Oh yeah.
Nico doing a double attack, and Cox is able to gain a border with West Russia and able to get Southeast Asia. Nico, wonderful last two turns. Just wonderful last two turns.
Oh yes. Very, very well done. Being able to get that bonus at the end just made it so that Phantasmagoria, even though he was trying to get Indonesia, wasn't in a position to defend Ufa at the same time. So that was very well done by Nico.
So congrats, Nico, on moving on to the final. You can see that I think he's still playing in the final there. Yeah, against
Yep.
Schwenningen, which is going to be a hard game. Anyways, I'm going to move back into the 2v2. We see Team C and Team H still stalemated.
Turn
Um,
15.
Alright.
Hmm.
Alright, oh no. I'm not going to penalize either team for this, but realize that this is really not a good representation of the timing of a 2v2 game. You both should be playing quite faster than usual. I mean, in the time for Phantasma and Blues teams games, we've seen two other games complete, and so one bracket is able to go past that. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there's no excuses for this one, so I'm kind of disappointed in both teams for Team C and Team H
Yep.
because that puts our stream at a standstill for a while.
The entire point of this is a real-time tournament so that we can stream something entertaining. And it's not the most entertaining thing when we're just waiting on games to end.
Luckily, we have the two tournaments going on,
Yes, yes.
so
If we did not have both tournaments, then this would be
this would be terrible.
terrible.
Well, that's one reason why I wanted to do a 1v1 tournament
Mm-hmm.
anyways, was because I kind of anticipated that the 2v2 would take a little bit longer. So I'm glad that I decided to do that.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, I Dunga says it's not Team C's fault. I say it's both teams. I say uh, we've been looking at the speed. Both teams have been taking quite long, and I'm not going to sit there and blame either one. I think a little bit of blame has to go to Tetragrammaton because, as Phantasma said, it was his first time playing this 2v2 format. Um, just realized I'm going to hesitate allowing you guys back into a 2v2 tournament. You guys will have to promise me that you're going to play faster.
or maybe you hold yourselves off from the 2v2 tournament and go with the 1v1, and, you might be able to do that faster. I'm not sure. It's up to them what they want to do. If they want to promise you that, or if they just want
Um,
to not do it.
I'm going. I'm letting Dunga add me on Skype. I might let him be a commentator for me to take a bathroom break.
If you want to take like a 5 minute break, we can do that, no problem.
Yeah, let's
Come
take a
back.
5 minute break
Okay.
because I know that you've been sitting here for hours on end.
Hey, I took a break after Casey left, like at 3.
Yeah.
Stretched my legs a little bit. Okay, so we'll take a 5 or so minute break, and then come
And
back
all,
and hopefully
in the
things have
meantime,
moved on.
listen to awesome music
Oh yeah.
as I go to the restroom and set Dunga up for commentating because I definitely want to have him commentating some of the 1v1s.
Yep.
All right.
So we'll see you guys in a minute.
I am seeing. How do I do? Wait 1 second. Where do I see the game? I see it through the stream without volume.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I do is I mute the volume on the stream and then I just watch it through the stream. You get a little bit of delay, but just talk as if there is no delay and hope that Mythonian is going through the same thing. That's what I do.
What what we are hearing will happen, or the stream started.
We're hearing it in real time. They're gonna hear it at a delay. Yeah. Anyways, so we're live right now on the stream.
Okay, okay, we're live.
So we're gonna.
Yeah, who is this strange guy? This talking strange Brazilian guy. I am Dunga. I am Dunga from Apex. I am the final of 2 versus 2. You were at saw 2 games if you were here previously, and I will commentate a little bit, try to give my perspective of the play. I know it's pretty good. It's not the best over there, but it's pretty good. I hope you can learn a lot. And okay, let's do this.
First, I have a question for you, Dunga. So how long have you been playing this game now?
I started playing, I think November of last year. I played it on Congregate. I am a Flash player because I like to play lots of fast games rather than playing a lot. This game wasn't the first in a few years that caught my attention. And
Yeah.
I am playing since November. And I think in 2 months, right? Or 1 month would be 1 year.
That's awesome. Yeah, I also came from Congregate, which is funny because most of the really good players now are came from Congregate because that was really the first time that WarLight actually advertised, I think. And then I switched to the main site because, you know, just playing the computer was...
Yeah. I liked a lot because my first 100 games I already had like a good stats. I had like 7% at the first 100, and then I think because of that I kept playing. Probably if I kept losing in the beginning, I would stop playing. But well, I had fun winning. I had fun playing the game. Now I am playing so far. Many of you already know me as organizer of lots of tournaments too, and I think I gave a lot to the community too.
Mhm.
And now I'm reducing a little bit. I think at year's end maybe I will stop playing or playing a lot less because it's a little bit time consuming, but it's a great game. The game that most caught my attention in the last years.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to thank you for a lot of things that you've been doing over your almost year of playing WarLight, able to organize a lot of things, which gave me the inspiration of actually doing this stream live tournament is because I participated in one of your live tournaments and said, oh, this would be really a lot more interesting if we were to stream it, but
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody who had the actual capability of streaming it, and then I met Mythonian and kcscrag. So very interesting that you're coming on to commentate with us. We're going to look over the Fizzer and Schwennigan game, Mythonian, so if you could bring that one up.
Yeah, because that game is still not done.
Hmm.
Trust me, it's going to take probably another 20-30 minutes, so.
Yeah.
So when he will play definitely at his best, he knows it will be commentated. He wants to win. He wins everything. And he tries to. I think he and Guy are both the best players in this game, in my opinion. Close by hey.
I just say hey. Because...
And then me, hey. I am used to trying to say right because he likes me to, as his teammate, to
say it correctly.
I don't call him AH. I prefer to call him like he writes. It's not that hard, you know. That's an Y, then an E, then an. Oh, forget it. But
Whatever.
there's an order. Sorry, I misspelled the letters there. But okay, let's see here what we have in the picks. I should have looked a little bit before, so I won't. I will see it right now with you. And Fizzer went for okay. We can go
It doesn't
say
matter.
when first.
You
Yeah,
just say,
sure,
yeah.
say what you want to do, and I'll do it.
Okay, where you be? Let's go Swinningen.
All right.
How can we call him? Se?
Schwennigan.
Where's
It's-
Schwenningen.
Schwennigan.
Schwenningen.
Yeah, that's what
Schwennigan.
we're gonna say.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no
Schwenningen.
It took
Or
Mythonian
Schwen.
and Y.
Schwen, it's okay. Okay, it's understandable. Schwen.
Yeah.
Or Schwenningen, wherever. My opinion, South America is the best option in the map. Is the best single bonus in the map.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because of all the safe borders, of course, and because of 5 bonuses and 4 bonus, and because he has a great area control to Africa, Mexico, and Australia. You have other bonuses that are also single borders, like Indonesia and Greenland, but they are not. Greenland have not the same area control. Indonesia has kind of the same area control, but he doesn't have a very special three-way connection that Brazil, Argentina, and Colombia have, that you can move your army around and be very useful. Indonesia doesn't have that. You need to walk in 2 rounds, you lose mobility, you have to double trap. Threat is different than what you can do in South America. So that's because South America is the best place, and you have to secure it. Good players will secure it. Good players do not give the 2 places for other good player. Like Mexico, it is the same thing if you're picking South America, because you will fight you have a double border that the same thing will be fightable. Both players can enter each other. You cannot have a finish result by the first turns. You have to fight for it. So it starts even if you have one at South America and the other at Mexico. But you have here you gave 2 for both. He has the position that he wanted. He want the 1 to pick are the picks that you want to have. Is the one that you want to have because is the most likely that you end up having it. Because the other picks are counter picks or late picks, it will happen if you don't get the first picks. So the first picks is always the one that he wants the most. So he wants the most here, Argentina, because it is a great control. It is a great counter pick. He knows how to fight. He will fight. He will prepare himself against a fight against West Africa. You can be sure of that, even don't knowing that Fizzer is or is not there. He's not there because Scandinavia and India are too juicy. Like he picked probably all the picks will be over there. Otherwise, you can let your opponent grow very quickly. So Swinningen got go for the secure combo that good players like. I like it also. We like it also. G like it also. It's a very common pick.
Yeah, I can always see why you do South America, because it's almost always a 2 turn bonus, and it's a 4 bonus. So yeah, I can see that. What's interesting?
Oh yeah, and all the positions you can do all the positions you can do that is split in the beginning. The 2 double attacks. All the 5 positions you can double attack the 4s. They put the 5 in the first turn and then complete if you don't have a combo pick. That's also another reason why I think it's Central Russia and West Russia also can do that. Every single position can split into
2 attacks. Yeah. What's all, and we'll see Fizzer's picks. What's interesting about Fizzer's picks is the seventh pick in North Africa. I think that was a mistake. I wanted to ask Fizzer about that one.
Sometimes joke around. You asked about my 7 before, or the 9.
Yeah, the
sorry.
9. It was just to mess around.
Was not was just because I was doing I was correcting my picks, and I just didn't bother to take out was one of the picks in the beginning of when I was sorting out what my picks would be, and that pick would end up be a leftover. Here he is a kidding pick because once I already do.
Yeah, because he has his first 6 picks already picked, and then the 7th and 8th are just messing around.
Maybe he wants to talk about it, or wants us to talk about it, or just to be a kidding. He knows it's a kidding pick. It's just
trolling
a kidding.
Yeah, trolling us because we're just sitting here going, what the? What's interesting about his picks is as opposed to the South American pick that we see Schwenningen deciding to go with, he decides to do Southeast Asia and Caucasus.
I don't like what Fizzer will end up having it. He can play it really good here because he probably should. I would say before the chances are he will get India, the India combo and Australia, right? And I think that was what he got. Yes, that was what he got because of course I saw Severin picks too. Mm-hmm. And Severin got his 1, 2, 3, and Fizzer got his 1 to 4. It's very important now to know what were the picks, because a good player knows all the 11 possibilities, because there are 11 possibilities you can then end up with. You can't trust one of them will not happen. You have to trust that all possibilities that and you it can't happen the third or together really it can have player tricky you into having it. I can show you how to trick people into having 3 5s and screwing they're playing off screwing you. I don't make 3 4 5 counter combos anymore because of that.
Yeah, what you said was very interesting. You know, you have that 11 picks that are possible, and that you should always look for those happening, because when we looked at your game and with versus Foxface and such, that South African pick was just so unlikely, but it ended up messing with Reza a bit, but we saw still a win over there. I think Fizzer's picks in this are kind of strange because now he ends up with 2 5 bonuses, and this is going to really slow down its expansion as compared to Schwenningen.
I don't know if there is actually a slowing down. My concern here is probably more concerning strategical position. He will end up having two safe bonuses. Safe-ish because India is not that very safe, but
yeah.
And Australia is safe, but because he can have it by 8% chance, the chance of India and will have for sure good and safe Australia. He won't be they're far behind arm wise and bonus wise. They will be. He actually have a little bit edge. Just because naturally, if they both break each other at Caucasus and Scandinavia, if that naturally happens and they both break each other, it will be 13 versus 12, and they both have nice growth positions to West Africa, nice and safe positions to Africa, Indonesia. But Severin will be sure that that Indonesia will be very hard for Fizzer to get. I think we'll see that happening. I didn't see the game, but I almost can bet this will happen.
Yeah, Indonesia definitely
and because
database
Severin will not having any hard time breaking Caucasus this game, and I think he will try trapping Fissure to not entering in Scandinavia. That's probably because why the Sewenningen is in the final. But let's start seeing the game and commentate what actually happened.
Yeah. As we can see, the bonus that Schwenningen decides to go for first is going to be South America, the smartest one to go for first. Spitzer deciding to go with Southeast Asia, the safe-ish bonus and the easiest for him to grab in one turn. Interestingly enough, Fizzer able to get that Southeast Asian bonus in one turn. And we can see he's in pretty good position to actually start entering into Indonesia should he decide to do that. It's going to be a tough one for him to get. Schwenningen staying still in Scandinavia, probably going to use Scandinavia mostly as a counter.
Okay, and remember what I said. That's I think you have to learn when playing. You don't know the picks of your opponent. In this case, at 1, 2, 3, you have to consider all possibilities. That's why he attacked that Brazil with 7 over there, rather than going to a split finish. Split finish would work, would not.
Yeah, because he was assuming
so
his
awesome
opponent
because
might
he
have.
now wants to the leftovers to, and also he wants to use both leftovers to finish Mexico. Now that he knows, he thinks he for sure will finish South America now, even though a player could delay it, but he now needs to finish it. But let's go on.
Yeah, so I get what you're saying because he might have ended up bordered with a player this turn in West Africa. So that's why he had decided to go straight for Brazil. All right. Next turn, we can see that Fizzer focusing a little bit more on Australia, deciding not to go for Indonesia at all yet. Schwenningen deciding to go a little bit into Scandinavia, completely splitting 3s in South America, and his luck pulls off. Yeah, it does. His luck pulls off, and he is able to get that South American bonus. It looks like, Schwenningen is anticipating an opponent might be in West Russia. That's why he moves into Norway with a bigger stack instead of splitting in Scandinavia. And we see Fizzer in a great position at this turn to get Australia and to easily, it looks like he's going to have an income advantage over Schwenningen for a little bit.
Okay, but we have a problem because Fizzer is at least 3 turns away now from his third bonus, right?
Yeah, Caucasus. So that's going to be very slow expansion. We're going to see more.
Actually, Indonesia is quicker at this point.
Yeah,
but more expensive.
Yeah,
and okay, please continue.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's why I was kind of expecting him to prod a little bit into Indonesia and slow down the expansion for Australia. Make sure he's bordered with everything for Australia, but slow it down a little bit. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay moves. It's not too bad, but it's really gonna make Caucasus very slow should he ever decide to go for there.
And I think at this point, and here I see a kind of a mistake. In that position, you have to expect that you won't have Caucasus. Never, you won't have it. It's not any more bonus you will complete because of of that 3 possible picks up in there. All good options. Very unlikely to not be occupied and would be very unsafe to try and finish in there. And so what I think he should have done, it's when you have this kind of option, you go for the first and finish of the 3 bonuses. You must have to try and use your edge that you have in the first and second and third turn. You have to try and be aggressive and find your opponent in there, because otherwise very very quick things will get normal again, and you will be in the same position. In this case, the same position will be a bad position because Caucasus is now a worse bonus. the other bonus around. It's not bonus anymore. It's just a position. So he just has this position now. He needs an outside bonus, and because it will be a little bit painful, it will. And I don't know if he'll try to get Caucasus or no, because now he will get knowledge through to attacking, and to see because he also don't get lots of knowledge, and he will have to see what's going on over there. He will find there is nothing. That will be a little bit of a problem for him. He will prefer that will be something there, that nothing was nothing, something he would expect. He would like to use that little bit of good bonus he has. A 13 is a good bonus, a good two bonus income.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened in there? Okay, here's the blind. I am seeing your move around. And you can move around, please, just for we see what happened in this.
Yeah.
And Soningen now will get a very good thing. That's third turn. Well, let's see if he got. Yeah, he got it.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
Yes, very lucky because
very lucky. He knows that. The previous turn was very lucky also.
He's done 5 free attacks by this point, and won all of them. Because in South America, he was able to split all into 3s and get all of South America. Now he split into 3s in Central America and get all of Central America. So
the 3s are actually pretty more common to happening than the fact that you need to more armies you need to have more armies from the leftovers. The leftovers are more important for finishing quick than actually the truth. Of course, the truth you will hit it, but you'll hit often enough. Hitting 5 is not very hard. It's I don't know 40-50%. It's not very that big of a deal. I guess a little bit less. I had a table once, and the hard part is getting a lot of leftovers to use fast and to go out of your bonuses fast and strong. And in this case, Sewengen had both lucks. He had a good amount of leftovers and the 3 versus 2 lucks. And he was luck. Now he feels pretty confident. He has the positions he wants. He is not being threatened by a huge stack. He will start to move in, and he will move first probably to USA and Hawaii, of course, and then through the Russia, and we'll find Fizzer soon in Caucasus. I already saw the end of the game. I didn't like to see Fizzer actually wanted at some point finishing Caucasus. Mm-hmm. Let's go.
Go through.
Yeah.
So turn. All right, waiting for him to get to turn 4 on the stream.
I will try to go a little bit faster at turn, and also Lolowut, sorry for speaking a little bit.
No, it's important because most of the beginning turns really spell out what's going to happen later. You know, if they're able to complete Indonesia, it looks like he's moving within Caucasus, not to finish, but to poke around through Russia.
His turn here, I know. I always saw Sewengen do this move a lot. He always secure exactly where your mouse was, California. He always secure in there. After he has Mexico, that is his position.
And the movement here is very important for him because with Fizzer sitting there in Indonesia and Australia, he's going to be controlling that whole movement in Hawaii. So
yeah,
it's very good for him.
Yeah, he always. That's why he even didn't want one army in Scandinavia getting out to. He didn't go for it. He knew it also that West Africa would be a much better pick than East Africa. So East Africa was also available, so it was much safer to go for a 4th bonus in Africa than to go for the bonus in Russia. So he waited a little bit to secure that power to enter Asia and Indonesia by Hawaii, and that will be probably the game over. And I think we'll see that happening because he will have the double threat, and because in the next turn, in this turn, Seweningen didn't enter Central Russia. Fizer will think he has safety, and that will be will end up being a bad thing for him. Fizer end up this is kind of lucky by him. It was not, I bet it was not on purpose, but Fizer will think it's safe and will try to finish Caucasus and defend Caucasus, and will be not good for him.
I'm getting Mythonian to move onto the same turn that you're on. He's still on move 5. You should be around. What turn are you at? Or about now?
No, I am exact. Okay, I am exact. I am seeing the stream in the. I am seeing the stream in a full TV.
Yeah.
I have 2 monitors, and I also have the game I can control on my side.
All right. In the stream.
So see what I saw. Even if he had completed, even if no problem at all. Of course, he would have a 7 army advantage for 1 turn. But Seveningen would make it don't matter in the long run. That's why I said I was so calm in the chat in our 2 versus 2 game. I didn't think that 1 turn run would matter so much. I knew eventually we wouldn't lose our bonus, you would lose yours, and here Fizer will lose his bonuses. Seveningen won't lose his bonuses unless he will give you for free. He will have no passion about the Scandinavian whatsoever. He will let Fizer break it whenever Fizer wants it. And at this point, Fizer needs to grow out quickly, but now it's probably the beginning of the end because he won't have the 4th bonus, and Seveningen will have it.
Yeah.
But I see the game has 21 turns, so we may see a few twists.
Yeah.
Because I would think the game would finish around the 11 of 12th turn. And now we see that will take a while, and Fizer will probably play a lot great here, and we'll see some action.
Yeah, we've seen some games where we predicted it would end much sooner than it did. We've seen HHH do some impressive things over the years. I think it was the 2nd tournament. But yeah. It's funny that we can see such a big advantage from here, but sometimes the other player will overestimate or underestimate their opponent, and that will cause them to make moves that they shouldn't. That's basically why most games end up stalemating, is overestimation or underestimation. Fizz are able to finish Caucasus. Like we said, not a very monumental move because Schwenningen is going to be able to border 3 of those territories very soon. And the big move in Hawaii against Solomon Islands is going to drain a lot of armies away from Fizzer. So now Schwenningen with the army advantage, Fizzer barely with the income advantage.
I want to see. I want to see this game going on. Probably Fizzer will do a lot with this a little bit of advantage he have. He may now. Maybe an interesting move by this point would be give up Indonesia, set up a blockade in Papua New Guinea.
Yeah.
And try massively the First Order take over the threat in Central Russia. Seveningen knows of that. He probably. Oh. Let's see one, please.
Let's see this turn. This is a very interesting turn.
Yeah.
Fizzer with his order priority card.
I think I see why this game will go on because Fizzle will do what I said, and
Yeah, he's going to stop that triple border with Kakaxis,
yeah,
and he's going to give up uh, right there in Indonesia.
yeah,
So yeah,
and that
that's going to prolong this game quite a bit because now Fizzer's going to be able to move in on Scandinavia, and that's going to be another good bonus for Fizzer.
the problem. Okay, go. You can keep going further.
Yeah, keep going.
Small pace. Even a play would is at a nice pace. I think the play button is at
Yeah,
a nice
just click
pace.
it. Let's just click play, and then we'll just talk over it.
And I will actually only ask you to play stop, and yeah, that's what the problem now. Summoning and pick it up.
Able to get into Indonesia there. Stop. I think it would have been a little bit more interesting if Fizzer was able to blockade in Papua New Guinea, but he was never able to do that. And obviously,
Yeah.
we see Schwenigan able to threaten Australia like that. Schwenigan splitting a little bit, which
No, in this case, it's very good the splitting
yeah.
because the threat. You now try to finish. You try to break.
So not only is he keeping Fizzer putting
The
armies into
position
Australia.
it's much. Well, nice move by Fizzer, securing a little bit. See that they both there is a mind game you managed to defend do. Both didn't go for finishing or defending Indonesia.
Yeah. That's all psychological because Schwenigan was expecting Fizzer to defend there, and Fizzer expecting Schwenigan to attack there.
That attack of Fizzer could have gone worse. You all know that attacks of the same size can end up in a takeover, and in the end they didn't lose a lot.
Yeah.
And okay, Swinging Game is almost here. We can see a little bit. Fizzer a few armies advantage very well, and now it's threatening. Okay, it threatened the
Southeast Asia bonus right there. So Fizzer able to stop Schwenigan from finishing
finish. Okay,
Indonesia.
he will finish Scandinavia.
Yeah.
Are we all live at the same moment?
Yeah. This has been a very interesting game for it to end up stalemating with Schwenigan not able to finish Indonesia and for quite a long time. Fizzer is playing such a great game here, with such the big disadvantage that Schwenigan actually decides to finish East Africa first.
I think it's very interesting against many players. Fizzer here could have ended up winning the game, but
with Schwenigan being here,
yeah, it's position. It's position. It's mainly position. He even now has Caucasus, but he has options to move, and Schwenigan now has options to move, and he will lose it, and it's a problem. Sometimes these games are frustrating because you do a lot. You try your best, but in the end, the position was more important, and it's a little bit frustrating. But we can see it's a great game. But I feel that it is over a long time, a little bit ago, and it never hasn't not been over yet at this point. And Fizzer tried his best. He's playing, but we see that the Armenian approach from down, and that's kind of a hopeless situation because he now have options. He now have another threat, and Fizzer cannot be never safe again.
Yeah.
seven again did never ever stop being safe, and that's why the game it was never ever actually close to not being over for Swanning, and it was always very close for him to finish, and Fuser delayed a lot because played very good, made very intelligent moves, is making it so far. It's kept growing, but as we are seeing, it won't matter in the end.
Yeah.
Here this move that we're gonna see that
16.
I don't know. I am in the 21 capturing armies in the Indonesia. 20 armies now.
Yeah,
That
I see that.
that is almost game over, and now it will be a game over because of the Iran.
Yeah,
It's
Iran.
Very soon it will be game over.
Yeah, and Schwenningen just able to keep that pressure up. I mean, for this entire game, never let Fizzer unpressured, and even coming in from Iran is just really gonna. I mean, Iran, but that move right there is very substantial. Able to break Australia right there. Probably, I probably would have surrendered when Australia was broken at that point.
Yeah, I think he will get a little bit lucky here. I don't know why he'll play 3 more turns. Let's see why. I think because he underestimating his income, or because he has armies for it, but he didn't need to.
Because at this point, Fizzer isn't able to threaten any more of Schwennigen's bonuses, so it's very hard for me to see why he would want to continue this.
Yeah.
Probably just for just messing around at this point. That's what I'm guessing, trolling the commentators even more.
Yeah. No, okay, but
Schwenningen able to break
at this point,
man.
Of course, for keep playing here, he would have to go for the Indonesia counter pickup for having a little bit of air.
Yeah.
But he get it, but won't get, because I think he will try to delay and guarantee the counter in the end. He will losing breathing room to defend Australia, and will soon be picked up. Will probably soon be okay here. Oh, he played the okay. Here is why he played a very good delay card, and in the end got what he wanted.
Yeah.
And the game can go low a little bit, but in the end not there.
Yeah, that order delay card was just pretty substantial for Fizzer. Able to.
Yeah, he picks up a straw and try to take his last breath, and it's that try and effort to have a last breath. Okay, I don't know. Am I lagging?
Oh yeah, you're lagging a little bit, but in the chat, Fizzer says it's a last ditch effort. He thought he was threatening West US. He thought Schwenningen at this point actually had West US, and if he did, then I could see definitely keep this game alive.
Very interesting. Let's remember to always have the chat up, because they know much better than even each other do what they wanted to have done.
Yeah, because we're seeing it from the entire perspective. They're seeing it from their perspective. I can see how you would mistake Schwenningen having West US. Yeah. And then right here, Fizzer deciding to surrender during this last turn because Schwenningen just able to grab Australia and able to really do some damage in Indonesia and able to break in West Russia. Very interesting game. Schwenningen playing very well, in my opinion, and then Fizzer keeping that game alive as long as possible.
Yeah, I agree. I liked it very much. I think it's a really pro player's game. Schwenningen played better, picked better, and in the end, the position won everything. We have games where the bonus didn't come, the early fighting. We have games about mainly perspective. Here we had a game about positioning and about securing places and not securing bonuses, and also a little bit of prioritizing what to attack to finish your bonuses. The power threats that Seveningen
All
had
right.
in Hawaii stopped the Pfizer to make him more threats and income advantage. So Seveningen break Pfizer's income advantage, and from now on, Seveningen is very good in that he knows the game are, what the positions are. He knows how to win one territory at a time. Was what he did in this game. He never lost
All right. Well,
nothing. He was always a little bit ahead.
thanks, Dunga, but I'm going to. There's some news that I need to break out, and we're gonna have to delay the tournament by a day because of some alarming things happening. So, again, thanks for the commentation, but I need to take control here. So, really nice insight coming from you.
Yeah, call please.
All right. So I got him out of the Skype call. Sorry, Dunga, because I had to knock you out. Because of the delays in the first game, Blue and Nef1 versus Phantasmagoria and Tetra, Schwenigan just did not have enough time to play his game against Blue and Nef1, who were the ones who won. And this is going to mean that this tournament is going to turn into multi-day. I hope Chev and Shady can pick a day with Blue and Nef1 to where they can play real time, and then Dunga and Reza will have to wait until that game is resolved for that to go on. And when that happens, we will not be commentating it live. We will actually just do analysis of the game and post them on YouTube. So I'm sorry about that. Man, because I would love to do this entire tournament live.
Yeah.
The 2v2 completely different beast entirely. So that makes me question whether or not we should do this stream live anymore, but we'll probably give it one more chance. In other news, because I'm running out of time to actually commentate because I have work at 5:15. So I'm running out of time to commentate myself. Other news, live tournament 1v1 did end. Schwenigan did pull a win over Nico. I was told that it was not that interesting of a game because Nico made some pretty apparent mistakes, but it's not too bad. So Schwenigan able to pull his second win over the live tournaments. So all in all, it was a pretty good day. Able to get two tournaments going at one time, and the 2v2 almost ending. That's gonna have to end at a later date. Great commentating from Dunga. We'll probably have to resolve some of the mic issues that we had during that, but I'm sure that we're gonna figure that out by next week, and I wouldn't mind having him on a little bit more than usual. So good games to everyone, but I have to go because of work and time constraints. So talk to you guys later. This is Lolowut signing out.
Yep. Okay, so it's up to you guys in the stream. I mean, we did have the 1v1 tournament end. If you want, I can go over that real fast. It will have to be pretty quick because I'm also running out of time. So far, this live stream's been on for 3.5 hours, so if you want, I can go over the final game real fast. Probably not just quick play-by-play or something. But that was Schwenigan versus Nico, so let me guys know if you guys want me to do that or not. Okay, then yeah. Okay, we've got the final game. Shvenigan versus Nico in the 1v1. Shvenigan first choosing Myanmar, Hong Kong, and then Baja. Nice spread out bonuses. Pretty good. Personally, Argentina. He went for East China, which is the 2 turn 4s. Better than 2 turn 3s, in my opinion. Then he went for up here as well. Not bad. Not bad at all. And then we've got Nico choosing similar, at least over here and up here. But then him varying in Argentina and Nigeria, wanting to focus a little bit more around South America instead. Just to make this relatively fast, we've got Nico getting Hong Kong, Nigeria, and Argentina, which were his first, third, and fourth. So he lost a second, but he's already adjacent to that, so he knows. And then we have Shvenigan getting Baja, Myanmar, Finland. So he got his, I believe that was his first. Yeah, first, third, and fourth picks. So he knows of Hong Kong, but he's already adjacent to it, so it doesn't matter. He could guess. Ooh, wrong button. Gah. Okay. So he can guess other locations. Probably someone in Africa, and then South America is never a bad position to start in. So I would not be surprised to find someone here. Especially, and since he knows that he has Nigeria, this is pretty much a safe bonus, except from Central America. So we'll see if Shvenigan uses it to a good counter. And then some contention over here. No one's really going to be able to expand safely in this area. So really, we've got Shvenigan with the only safe bonus, truly safe bonus up here. And then I guess Nico could expand to West Africa, but he's not inclined to do that, at least not initially. We see Nico focusing in Hong Kong, interestingly enough. Both of these people, both of them focusing over here. Interesting. Deciding to try to get the other guy out early, Shvenigan put everything in Myanmar to hit Hong Kong, and Nico, expecting that, able to block that and prevent that from happening. Very good moves by both of them. Shvenigan putting enough in Mexico to get all of this bonus, and he gets it there. Nico not quite getting all the bonus, and Shvenigan not quite getting Cuba, so this means that still no one has a bonus, and they're bordering here in addition to where they were at the beginning. Huh. Nico decided not to defend Colombia because he doesn't actually have the bonus, so he doesn't really feel super pressured to defend it. He is hitting Cuba to prevent Shvenigan from getting the bonus. It's a fine move. Fine move. Still no one with a bonus on turn 4. So we see Shvenigan, he went from Myanmar to Tibet, and now he's putting more stuff in Tibet, as Nico puts several guys over here, and then just one in Venezuela to add to this. He fails that. Oh, and he fails this too. So at this point, Nico doesn't get a card. Without any reinforcements, 1 turn before the cards are given out, this is not getting a card at that time was critical. That was like really important, because that means that's double this card right here that Shvenigan's able to play is giving him double the reinforcements that Nico has. So that's Nico doesn't really have an option to defend against that. Usually it's not quite that severe, but it's increasing. It's doubling how many reinforcements he's able to lay down. And he just put 11 over here. Wow. He's able to kill him off in Nigeria. Still no one with a bonus at this point, though. Oh, and he's able to kill him out of here. That is important. That's means he's able to easily expand over here. And Nico's not in a position to get a bonus over here. He could try getting Central America, but Schvinnigan's not going to let him do that. He could try getting South America. Schvinnigan's not going to let him do that either. And really trying to go down here in Antarctica would not be safe in the long run. Yes, yes, it is like Risk. It all comes down to the cards. Because that one turn was just pivotal, and he doesn't get the card the next turn. But at this point, it's too late because he's already killed off over here. I mean, he's trying to get this, which I suppose you can't really do much better than try to do this if you're trying to come back like that. And he actually, no, that hit right there, that offense right there, is where it ended right there. I mean, he had a chance to defend it. He could have defended that 5 against 4, but instead he attacked it. And this last move from Schvinnigan, taking out Cuba, pretty much closed the game. So really quick game. I mean, Nico just wasn't really in a position to do much. I mean, neither of them had a bonus at the end of the game, which is very, very rare. But Schvinnigan was in better positioning. He was able to expand over here safely, while Nico was not in any safe position at all. So he realized he probably was never going to be able to get Cuba again. That was his one shot, and he wasn't able to get it. And then he wasn't going to be able to get all of this in one turn anyways because he didn't have enough to take down Bolivia and both of these. So because of that, he would never get an opportunity to get it at all because Schvinnigan would stop him as soon as he tried to take one of them or something. So, good game, Nico. Congratulations, Schvinnigan, for winning the 1v1 tournament for the 4v4. We didn't stream the whole tournament. We just streamed a few games. Like, I think it was 4 games that we ended up streaming. And we only streamed that many because we were having issues with the 2v2. And as Lolowut mentioned earlier, the 2v2 tournament is being delayed because Schvinnigan and Shady are not able to play right now because this game took like 3 hours, 4 hours, something like that. It took an extremely long time to play this game. So by the time these guys actually won, Shady wasn't even able to play, and Schvinnigan didn't have enough time to play, so they're delaying this until another day. Not sure exactly when this is going to be. It might be tomorrow. It might be sometime in the middle of the week. I don't know. And then the winners of this game will go on to face Dunga and Reza in the finals. And these 2 games will be commentated on separately from the stream and will be posted up on YouTube eventually. I'll post in the WarLight thread about the tournament with the links to the VODs and all that. Once the games are analyzed and actually uploaded, then I will post links to that so you guys can check that out. Hopefully the games work out pretty well. Congratulations to everyone who actually participated. Thank you guys for coming. The 1v1 tournament went pretty well as well. I'll just show you the final bracket on that. Here we have the entire bracket. You just see me here because I was giving Schvinnigan a bye because we didn't have quite enough people. I don't remember. Someone said that there were 2 buys being given, but I don't know. I think Lala was giving Reza a bye. I think that was what it was. Yeah, that was how it was. Just want to make sure. So, Schvinnigan and Reza got buys. We had Yoshi versus Schvinnigan in round 2. Fizzer versus Reza in round 2. Nico, Darkwing, JSA, and Phantasmagoria. Then in the 3rd round, we had Fizzer, Schvinnigan, Phantasmagoria, and Nico. And then out of this, Schvinnigan ended up besting Nico to take the championship for the 1v1. Yeah, if we do a multi-tournament again where we do a 2v2 and 1v1, then I'll probably make a custom bracket for both. I wasn't expecting to do so much of the 1v1 tournament. We did like 4 or 5 games. Yeah. So we will probably, or I'll probably make another bracket for both tournaments instead of only the 2v2 bracket. So hopefully that works out. And so yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Focusing the stream. Well, yeah, focusing the stream on just one, but in the situation where we do need to go back to the other one or whatever, like we have similar issues as we did this week, Yeah, 1v1 a single tournament would be easier to do, definitely. But having something to fall back on and letting more people participate is not really a bad thing, as long as we don't have people who are delaying the 2v2 tournament by playing in the 1v1 or something. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. As always, this is Mythonian. Other commentators we had today were at the start for the first hour or so. We had kcscrag. After that, we had Lolowut for a bit. Well, really until the end, and then we had Dunga join us in for the last game, going over some of the 1v1s, and that was all that he was doing. But he was providing some really good analysis, bringing in some personal experience from what he does in the ladder and everything like that. So special thanks to him being our guest today, I guess. So yeah, that was all for this week. Next week, October the 6th, myself and kcscrag will not be able to do a live tournament. We are actually going to a fair during the day, so myself and kcscrag will not be here. Lolowut did say that he has a method to possibly live stream because his actual PC is powerful enough to do that, so I have no idea if that's actually going to happen or not. But myself and kcscrag will not be able to be here, so sorry for that. But the next week we will be back in full force, and hopefully everything works out even better than this week. We should still be able to get the VODs out as soon as they're done, as soon as the games are done. So as soon as the games are done, those will be uploaded and links will be posted. But yeah, so thank you everyone for watching. As always, this has been Mythonian. Special thanks to everyone else, kcscrag, Lolowut, Dunga, everyone else who's watching, providing input. This was the 4th live stream tournament for WarLight. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. I guess I'll just see you guys later. Yeah.